And a warm Longhorn greeting as the Rebels look to snap a 4-game losing streak, and head coach and met last year in Oxford as conference mates for the first time. Ole Miss coming off a loss at Tennessee on Tuesday. Texas coming off of a
team that will absolutely swarm you.
Ronald Klofke gets cut off on his drive. Their primary shooter when it comes to league play. Here's Matas Voikataitis. Little jump hook. Nice touch for the 7-footer from Lithuania.
Good pay.
Collected by Camden Heide. Kicked out to Pope. Voikataitis got deep, and that is a hard foul. Augusto trying to make sure these guys keep it clean. It's no secret to this officiating crew. These are two of the most.
Ole Miss has struggled to win that free throw battle. They've got to hold their own from the charity stripe in this game.
Point guard himself, Sean Miller, is looking for more out of number 0 in white. He's getting plenty from number 8 in white, and will go back to the free throw line.
Don't forget Edey. That was his senior year. Voikataitis just a sophomore. So Edey's production.
AC freshman of the year last year gave the Owls 10 points and 5 boards a game. Rebounded by the Rebels. Chance to push coming the other way. 4-on-3. The hesitation move draws the whistle. Got a couple of his players with him, including Dalen Swain. In and out on the free throw attempt
for Ole Miss. He's the point guard. He's the one guy on the team that can really create for others and make the people around him.
Here's Swain. Nice crossover and a no finish, but Voikataitis there off the back of the rim. Slow start for the Rebels. Good start for Texas. Pope pulls up, and he's fouled on the jump shot.
They're the only team during conference play that is putting their opponent at the free throw strike more than Texas.
Flight is what you're saying.
Well, you're going to get me on my soapbox. That's why we got to have 4 quarters so that we can
5 on the shot clock. Perry trying to find some space. He can't. Now 2 to shoot. Pinkins with a challenge 3. What a start for Texas. They had 2 projected top 5 or top 10 picks stolen away by Ole Miss. Storr gets fouled. Continuation will count it. Jordan Pope. Storr was scoring 11 points a game.
In terms of being able to get to the free throw line, draw fouls, they can get more from him as he showed right there.
Game losing streak now. But Ole Miss played an inspired first half on the road.
Here's their backcourt starting to come together. A lot of depth in the front court as well.
Voikataitis back on the floor and created some space and went to his Carmody. Nobody picks him up. Another loose ball rebound. And a bucket for AJ.
In this game, it was going to be hard for him to get the ISOs he wanted, given all the help defense Ole Miss brings.
Mark gives it up, a deep 3, good. Longhorns a little off balance on this possession. Now 5 on the shot clock. Mark challenge 2. Oh,
to his strong hand.
Storr muscled his way in, couldn't finish again. Longhorns lead by 7, looking to add to it. Mark behind Voikataitis, 15-footer, good. It's not apples to apples, but the similar situation in Lubbock where that was in
a short period of time. Rodney Terry took over after he took advantage of that interim opportunity. He was let go now.
That's good to see. Here's Weaver down the lane. Turned it into a finger roll. It went right over the hoop. Nice dish. Voikataitis to slam. Assist to... And Weaver reaches in and ties him up. Possession arrow to Texas for Patton Pinkins.
Tough break for Ole Miss. And
Tremont Mark for 3. All horns. It's a 14-0 run. Here's Tremont Mark. Swain waits in the opposite corner. Mark going to his strong side. Step through. Lefty gets it. He is a tough. Decides to heave it. Is that a bad shot for what Ole Miss is right now?
I think any open shot you can get, even if it's
They're a non-discriminate fouling team. They will foul anyone in any way. That has been the case over the season. Chess had to force it up at the end of the shot clock. And the front end, he's 6 of 8 from the line, but he's missed his last 2. Chess with the crossover.
There you go.
Fits it in.
Found a way to get to the rim.
Back road the site tonight for Duke and Carolina, 6:30 on ESPN. 3 good for Klafke.
And I love how he came.
Horn women on Thursday night here on this floor against LSU. Pope at the free throw line. It's my little secret. Pope, 5 points. Tremendous hustle by Dalen Swain. Nice dump off, but another mid.
Conscious effort to try to get more in the paint or the 3 balls there with Pinkins, who is a terrific shooter. Nice box out by Swain. Just nobody else boxed out in the game right now. So good opportunity for Ole Miss to try to cut this thing down. If you can be down 10 and it feels like you've been down 20 the whole game, you'll take that in the locker room.
And you add new pieces, and you expect Chris Beard is a very demanding coach. They just haven't been consistent. You mentioned, Dane, the first half against Tennessee, they held Big Orange at 33% shooting. They were
coached professionally, so he understands roster turnover, but the complementary pieces haven't quite been there this season.
Turnaround at the end of the shot clock.
Not rebounding and sending them to the line, and to recover the way they have gives you hope.
Mark dumps it off. Beat his man off the dribble.
Inside.
Mark kicks it back out. Weaver spins it.
I think settling from 3 too many consecutive plays is what got Ole Miss. There you go. Good job. Store with that mid-range. You can't leave him open there.
3 to shoot. Mark behind Voikatatis. Dia jumps on him. It'll be a shot clock violation. Great defense by Malik Dia. And 1.4 left and 94 feet to % from the floor. But able to go on that run to climb back in this game. Texas is scoring 1.2 points per possession. Good start.
How you start this second half.
And he's not used to starting a game or a half on the bench. 118 now career starts for Pope. There's Tremont Mark with Klafke gets into the paint, little turnaround. Nice rotation.
And good action. I know he wants to get involved after a quiet first half, but make him earn it, and part of that is fatigue on the other end.
Mark again through traffic. Meanwhile, on the link, there's a chance Mark Pope is going to coach that game in a denim suit. Fadeaway Pinkins, got it.
That freshman is tough. He is.
By Jiffa. 5-on-3 for the Rebs. Jiffa keeps it himself, runs into Voikatatis, nice dump off, and finished by Casillas.
Overall, KenPom at 33 and less, keep climbing down. If you and to getting an at-large bid, you start getting above 35, and you could be dealing with trouble come selection.
The best league in the country, according to Ken Pomeroy. Joe Lenardi tells us if they can stay at 500, they'll be in great shape to make the turn.
It's really helped, and you'll see Ole Miss right now trying to spread Texas out, but Voikatatis is really not going to leave the paint, and that gives that opening right there. That is a big shot.
Carmodine couldn't get Mark in the air. 3 on the shot clock. Now 1. Pinkins, yes sir, and fumbled it for a moment. Voikatatis with positioning. Extended from the block, looking for an assist to Weaver. Off the glass and in. Here's Klafke. Into the corner. Plenty of time for Carmodine to size it up. And we are Casillas hit 2 from deep today. Hand off to Klafke. They got the switch. Klafke over Voikatatis. Yes! And there's the lead Ole Miss has been looking for.
Short closeout on a really good three-point shooter, Pinkins.
Mark to Voikatatis. Beautiful hands, nice touch. He's got 20.
And that's where you want.
Jiffa corralled the bad pass, so they're going to count it.
Land on those 2 jump stop. That gets you the 1-2. No good for continuation.
So they didn't count it, and Ole Miss gets an extra point on the 3 from Carm.
Can we please just get out of here and go home and try to hit the reset button? But there has been 0 quit in Chris Beard's team. Big time rally.
Heine for 3. Has a Jeff at the free throw line. One more.
Up to the line now 5 times. I think he's one of those guys that can be a downhill driver, try to improve the free throw rate to avoid Katitis' dominance, but 3 and White has been on a heater the last 5 games.
Woo! How do you lose that guy? 3-point chance up. Drawn per 40. He averages 8 2/3 free throw attempt. Again, Katitis, and they're going to count it. Basket interference. Free throws made without a miss.
Maker for Ole Miss in the half court in the second half.
Sean Miller talked about the rules change by Jordan Pope at the point. Whoa! Klofke right down the middle, and he spins it in. Ole Miss back in front. And a Rebel steal. Goran Johnson shares it. No whistle for Pope, but it's picked up and clean. Mark again. 5 to shoot. Mark down the right side. Floats it in.
He's a tough.
Offensive foul on the post-up on Malik Dia. Dave O'Brien, Corey Alexander, and Dickie V.
They've got Sir Charles the gear. They're passing out in the middle of the court with him as the ball handler.
Here's Katitis, got deep. 9 for 11. Klofke, fadeaway 15-footer. Got it. Here's Tremont Mark. Pope puts it on the floor. Left hand good. Culture helping. Klofke open for the 3. Under 5 to play, tied at 61. Tremont Mark puts Texas back in front. Here's Klofke. Pull-up jumper. Lost his footing and got it. And then Swain whistled for the foul as Jippa threw his head back.
What adversity hit them in the face.
They are fully aware.
5% of their points on the year come from the strike.
Pope. Got it. Of Katitis. Outside to Carmodine. Woo! Elias. Here's Tremont Mark. He's taking more shots than anybody in this game. And we
got Katitis down low.
Open 3 after the swing and a foul in the corner.
The excitement goes up when he's in the building.
There's the same game Pat Summitt dressed. Pope gets downhill. Katitis hung with it. And a foul on the...
Maybe they looked at it and said, hey, it's not basket interference. That was a dunk attempt. But that's where the beef.
2% on the year. And Mark, 2 for 2.
To find a way to come back and get Texas
back home after a disastrous road trip. This will be lost. Fantastic crew here in Austin. My partner, Dane.